if your ads are fatigued or you can't scale your ad spend profitably, this one is for you. You have to go do this right now. Because here's the thing, like if you can't scale your spend, you can't grow your business, you literally cannot do anything. You're just gonna plateau at that point for God knows how long. The more you wait, the more revenue you lose, because there's obviously demand for what you sell, but you just gotta know how to open up that demand and actually access it so that you can bring in that revenue for your business. So it's actually quite straightforward. The way that we do this is very systematic. So let's dive in. So guys, the first thing you want to do here is move your spend back to the pre-scaling levels, right? So aka what you want to do here is drop your ad budget to where you are before things broke. Essentially before your ads started to fatigue or before your ads started scaling unprofitably, you want to move the budget back to where you were before you were spending profitably, right? So two things are going to happen. So either your costs go up or they're going to fall back into KPI. And what we're doing that for is first to figure out what is the exact problem. We want to see if it's an ad fatigue issue or if it's a scaling spend issue. So if it's an ad fatigue issue, usually what's going to happen is your cost per result is going to, keep going up over 3 to 4 days, and your results volume is also going to be decreasing. And despite this not being like a holiday period or, an inflationary period in the economy or something, right? So we want to make sure that if that is the case, if that's what we're seeing, it's usually a sign of fatigue. And with ad fatigue, the problem is that your audience has seen your ad too many times, and they've eventually become desensitized to the ads. It's like when you see the same billboard 3 times in a row, but the 4th time, you don't even notice that the billboard is there. So what you have to do is, go into creative iteration, and you want to find the spenders, which we're going to explain in a second. But yeah, all you want to do is just go into creative iteration there, because if your ads are fatigued. Now, if it's a spend issue, usually what's going to happen is your cost per result is going to come back to normal, and your ads are also going to fall back into KPI. And this usually just points to your ads just hitting the ceiling as to where you can spend profitably. So all you have to do here is just keep the spend steady and now go into creative iteration, go into creative refresh, right? So these are usually the 2 issues that you're going to find if your ads are fatigued or you can't scale ads profitably. That is the first thing. So we want to find out what the bottleneck is. And when we find that, then we go in and attack that. So let's say the problem is that your ads are fatigued, right? So what you have to do first is find your spenders. You want to look to the campaign and find the ads that have gotten the most spend out of the entire set that you launched. So let's say you have 20 ads. Usually Meta is going to distribute the spend to like 1, 2, or 3 ads, and you want to find those ads. And when you find those ads, what you want to do is you want to start remaking those ads about 2 to 3 times. And when you remake them, you want to duplicate the ad sets that fatigued. You want to duplicate that, remove the creatives that got the spend, and now put the new ads plus the new creatives that got no spend into this new ad set, and then you want to launch that campaign. So just to make sure that's very clear. So you want to duplicate the fatigued ad sets, add in the new creatives that you made that are remakes of the ones that got spent, pull out the ones that got spent initially that you just remade, and then add in the ones that did not get spent. And the reason you want to do this is you want the new remakes that you have to compete against the ones that didn't get any spend. That's essentially what you're doing. And then say your issue is like, a spend issue. So all you have to do here is now find your winners. Since you're in KPI already, you want to look through your campaign and find the winning ads that you have. And you want to go into creative refresh mode, which means, you start to make variations of each winner. And usually what we like to do is, different creative formats like, B-roll, some selfie style stuff, some green screen stuff. You want to engage in these organic creative formats. These are going to be very helpful for you. And then you want to also make new angles of your ads as well, which is going to be, let's say 2 or 3 of those ads could be, different styles of the same ad, just written, scripted differently, right? So you also want to remake the ad in the same environment. Some of them you want to just remake them, just redo the editing. That is also going to count as creative refresh as well. And some of them you want to make the ad more pain based. You want to make the hook more desire based. You want to make the ad maybe even more situation based, or maybe even more outcome based as well. Or you may even want to make rescript the ad to make it more educational. So these are a couple of things that you could do. And ideally we want to make about 12 variations of each winner so that we have enough volume going into the new cycle of testing these new ones. Not actually testing, but actually just scaling these new ones, right? So that's what we want to do there. And, like I said, a note to understand as well is, because this actually was confusing to us in the start, was that even when you're filming the same ad in different creative formats, it still counts as a creative refresh. So you don't necessarily have to go in and like rescript the ads, even though yes, that's essential that you do that. But if you're trying to launch things fast, you can literally just take the same ad that you have, the same script, and just film in different creative formats. And what that's going to do is going to unlock different parts of your market that don't convert with the same creative format, they're just fatigued out. So you could take the same, let's say you filmed a direct-to-camera ad talking about ads, you could take that same ad, that one, and you want to film it in B-roll style, selfie, Loom style videos, split screen, maybe even make a skit about it. And all of those are going to rip as well because you're using the same angle and just tapping into different markets that resonate with different styles of creatives. So hopefully that makes sense to y'all. And that is the process that we follow if ads have fatigued or ads can scale profitably. That is literally what we do. It's very simple, and you just want to do this. So move your spend back, figure out if it's an ad fatigue or spend issue, a scaling spend issue. And then if it's ad fatigue, you want to find the spenders. If it's not ad fatigue and it's a spend issue, then you want to find your winners and iterate upon those. And literally that's what you have to do. And it's very simple, it's very systematic. So if this is something that you need help with, just click the link in the description to book in a call with me, and we'll see if we can help you. And if we can help you, we'll let you know exactly how. But if not, we are more than happy to point you in the right direction. With that being said, I urge you to, check the links out. We have a course there if you don't want to engage in done for you services. We have a bunch of stuff that we can use to help you out there, to help you build funnels that actually convert with cold traffic. So with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, you got value from this video, make sure you share it with someone. It's most likely going to help someone that you know in your circle. Like the video, drop a comment about something that confuses you, and I'm going to get back. I look at all of the comments myself. And also just subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because I'm going to be dropping a lot more videos like this, as you can see on my channel. And you can go watch the video up here. Probably should be talking about like paid ads or something, but just go watch that video, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Speak brilliance. Take care.